So I am here with David Goad and the most dedicated David Bowie tribute band I have ever seen. And we're here to play a little song, but first I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Mr. Bowie and
Yes.
what you guys have coming up this weekend. I understand 9 p.m. on Saturday you're going to be doing like 2 hours of music.
Yes, an entire 2 hours. We wanted to span, most of his career, and so it's only like a fraction of all the songs he's ever recorded. It's like 25 studio albums or something like that. So we've condensed it to 2 hours. It's the shortest we could possibly do.
That's awesome, and I know you've done Bowie tributes before this, and I know that you guys have been spending a couple months rehearsing and working and getting this material ready. Can you just talk to me about, what's been your attraction to Bowie's music and his art, and why you've wanted to, encapsulate it in your own way?
As a musician, and I believe I can speak for most other musicians when I say that he is incredibly influential in myself as a songwriter and a vocalist, but also his music relates to me in this sort of metaphysical kind of way that validates or seems to validate my existence here on Earth. I think one of the common phrases is "King of the Weirdos" or something like that, and that would be the Pied Piper that I would follow. Somebody who had no regard for what was set in stone and what was to be this fabricated thing for pop artists or other musicians, and threw that out and decided to do whatever he wanted to do conceptually, and that I gravitated towards that a lot. The androgyny thing, I gravitated towards. His also his concept of like bringing high art and putting it in a consumable format was brilliant. He even did that in his last album, with great aplomb. He was able to execute that so perfectly and meticulously.
Yeah.
And so I strive to be that kind of artist, and so but I grew up perhaps too young. A lot of my generation missed out on being able to see David Bowie live. So this is me kind of trying to provide that for myself vicariously through the audience.
That's great, and that's very well put. And he was a thoughtful artist up until the very last days here in January. And but you're not doing this thing alone. I'd like you to just introduce your band to me,
Right on.
and segue into what it's been like rehearsing with everybody.
Alan Sisson, he's an excellent guitarist. He's in a lot of other projects and stuff, and he was also a fellow alumni at ACM. And that's how we met each other.
Nice.
And so anything guitar related, we would come up and think, how are we going to get through this? There's the solo and stuff in the song. It's really hard to do, but he just does it. That's his magic. He just does it. He makes it go. And then Holly, of course, brilliant keyboardist. One of the things I absolutely hate about her is that she has perfect pitch. And that irritates me to no end. I envy that so badly. So she can hear a song and then just start playing it.
Awesome.
And so I also have John Bolin. You may know
Rocking
him
the bass.
from Them Hounds.
Right.
And other musical projects as well. And he provides the groove. He's my groove man. He also plays the beard. He also plays the beard. This is Josh Carpenter. He's in all of the bands forever. And when we capture him on a rehearsal night, the magic is palpable. He can just seemingly adapt to any structure of a song pretty easily. And he also blends in a lot of his own style there, a lot of like syncopated fills and stuff like that. Obviously, a very jazz kind of ear I hear in him, and it works perfectly with Bowie's songs. Christine, she's not just a band member, but she's also the costume designer, beautician, cat wrangler, and she designed this thing, which I don't know about you, but I would definitely wear this, for like a gala or something like that. Like
I mean,
like snazzy.
it's not like a bridesmaid's dress. Like this is something that you can actually like.
Right.
It works in so many situations.
Yeah, I could. I've thought about combining this with a bolo tie. But yeah, so because of their mutual talentedness, we've been able to work through the material pretty quickly. Usually something like this takes over a year to, work up properly, but we've done this in a couple of months, which is unbelievable, but it's because they're so talented.
Yeah. Well, I understand you prepared something pretty awesome for us, and I wanted to also remind everybody, do not forget, this tribute night is happening on Saturday, 9 p.m. at the Blue Note. It's going to be a really good time. They've been practicing and listening, and I understand you're going to knock out something from pretty early on in Bowie's career, Man Who Sold the World. Third album, I think, from Bowie, 1970. But yeah, well, I'm looking forward to hearing the song, and
Indeed.
Go ahead and knock it out, guys.
Don't mind if I do. Woo. We passed upon the stairs and spoke of us again. Although I wasn't there, he said I was his friend, which came as some surprise. I spoke into his eyes. I thought you died alone a long time ago. But who knows? Not me. We never lost control. You're face to face with the man who sold the world. I laughed and shook his hand, made my way back home. I searched for form and land. For years and years I roamed. I gazed a gazeless stare at all the millions. Yeah, we must have died alone a long time ago. But who knows? Oh, not me. We never lost control. You're face to face with the man who sold the world. But who knows? Oh, not me. We never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world.
Ooh.